Ukraine's counterattacking forces are trying to leverage their momentum around the devastated eastern city of Bakhmut to trap Russian forces there, according to a senior defense ministry official. Battles on the settlement's northern flank. Our defense forces are hitting the enemy in the east so powerfully that in some areas their military units have begun to leave their positions, blocking units deployed just behind the front lines to prevent the retreat of their comrades. With weapons aimed at their backs, they are trying to ensure the stability of the troops. Fierce fighting in the Bakhmut direction. The enemy is firmly holding on to the positions occupied. Ukrainian forces have been gradually advancing on the city's southern and northern flanks for more than a month, even while surrendering the city center to advancing Russian troops after months of costly fighting. Maliar said Ukrainian efforts continue on both sides of the city, but added the situation can change every hour. Today is just such a day. The situation was dynamically changing. Therefore, there were battles on the northern flank around Bakhmut as of the end of the day without significant advances. On the northern flank in some places there were advances today. The enemy is trapped in the city itself thanks to our fighters, Maliar added. He can't move completely. He can't leave the city. Serhiy Cherevety, spokesman for the eastern group of Ukrainian forces, also noted the progress. Kyiv units, he said, continue to take the initiative, carry out offensive actions, push back the enemy on the southern and northern flanks. The enemy resisted fiercely. Ukraine has launched a wave of coordinated missile attacks across the entire front, a think tank said Wednesday. Amid Kyiv's counteroffensive, the Institute for the Study of War, a US-based think tank, said in its latest analysis of the conflict in Ukraine that geolocated footage and images indicate that Ukrainian forces targeted Russian logistics across the front line overnight and during the day on Wednesday.
Огонь!
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has acknowledged that the operation is progressing slower than desired, but also urged patience among Kyiv's key Western backers. Some people believe this is a Hollywood movie and expect results now, he said last month. It's not. General Oleksandr Syrsky, commander of the Ukrainian ground forces, told ABC News this week that things are developing according to plans that were drawn up and approved, despite concerns about the slow pace of the operation. Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces are reportedly making gains towards the eastern city of Bakhmut as the prospect grows of retaking the city, which has been fiercely fought over for months. Leader of the Wagner group of mercenaries, Yevgeny Prigozhin, said in May that his fighters had control of the city in Donetsk and would be handing it over to the control of regular Russian forces. Since then, he led a mutiny against President Vladimir Putin, while Kyiv has insisted that it was still fighting for the city. It is just a matter of time until Ukrainian forces overrun Bakhmut, as reflected in advances already made by their forces in key areas surrounding the city. Retired U.S. Navy Vice Admiral Robert Murrett, who is Deputy Director of the Syracuse University Institute for Security Policy and Law. The recent push by Ukrainian forces along the north and south flanks of the city have raised concerns among Russian millbloggers, such as Alexander Sladkov, who has presented mixed messages about the fight for the city. On Wednesday, he wrote that Russian troops had abandoned the key outpost at Klishchivka and that nearby Bakhmut was under fire control of the armed forces of Ukraine, as well as under the threat of assault. The Institute for the Study of War, ISW, said on Wednesday that geolocated footage showed that Ukrainian troops had advanced northwest, north, and southwest of Bakhmut. Ukraine's recapture of the city would be a major boost to Kyiv's counteroffensive, said Wesley Renfro, political science professor at Quinnipiac University, Hamden, Connecticut. Success in Bakhmut is likely to further cement much-needed Western support for Kyiv, and is yet another sign that Putin's position is greatly weakened.